when we were there at the Oscars and we got a chance to talk, and you were telling me, I said, I'm just fascinated with the Ten Commandments. It affected me greatly. It was one of the biggest influences on the world, and I think it's like considered still top 5 movies of all time. And your grandfather is responsible, basically, for Hollywood.
Yeah, it
I
was.
mean-
He got there first, I think. The first picture ever made in Hollywood. I think he did it.
I mean, as exciting as the Oscars were, I was just really captivated by the stories and the perspective. So I would love to hear from you about the experience of being on the ship with your grandfather and that whole impression and the memories you have of that.
It was an interesting thing because, we'd for the months, so we always had dinner together, and my mother, father, and grandfather, and we always talked about what was coming up. I sat there. If I didn't say anything, I could sit there and absorb. And so it was time to start shooting the Ten Commandments. For some reason, we took a ship. I mean, okay, it was 1953 or so, or somewhere in there. And it's weird because my grandfather, my mother, and my father were all pilots at one stage of their careers. Yeah,
Really?
back in the teens and the 20s. And so they didn't want to get on an airplane.
Right.
So we took the train to New York and got on a ship and went to Italy first, and then another ship, and we landed in Alexandria, Egypt.
Wow.
And it was amazing because all of Egypt was out there to greet us, and big signs and bands, "Welcome to Egypt, Cecil B. DeMille."
Wow.
That kind of blew me away. But it was a great experience, not just the trip and all that, but being there, being in Egypt, the culture, the change, the difference. It just got thrown in my brain every day at 11 years old, and it had an impact, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I'll bet.